Hi guys, some of you are having some trouble with the outline, so I created this little outline based on the link right here. It was this body image video that we, it was this body image video that we watched on the first day about Barbie and G.I. Joe and the diet industry and all of that. So I watched that video and I just created a sample outline. The link is right here if you want to revisit the video. But I have the introduction here. The title and the speaker is Body Image by Bianca Lugo. The summary, I said a teenage girl, the camera focuses on small parts of her body. There's facts and information about three main things. They talk about the modeling industry, they talk about Barbie and G.I. Joe, and then they talk about health concerns. My thesis is that this video was shocking and persuasive. The note that I put here is that this all needs to be one paragraph. So I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that all of this information goes in one paragraph, so to keep it really brief. For the body paragraphs, I created these 3 body paragraphs. You, of course, are going to have 6 body paragraphs. But for the first one, I talked about how the author focused on health. I'm including all 3 appeals. So I talked about how they focused on health. And so I watched through the video and I wrote down any details that had to do with health. So 50% of girls by age 13 were significantly unhappy with the way that they looked. And of course, that's related to health because it can lead to anorexia or other emotional issues. I found another fact that 7% of boys use steroids. So that's also related to health because using drugs to enhance your body is definitely going to cause health problems. And that 70%, the author said 7 out of 10, but I changed it to 70% because I wanted it to correspond with the other details that I put, 50% and 70%. 70% of girls have been on a diet by age 17. So my note says that anything from the video that relates to health could go here, and I don't need to follow the same organization that the video did. I can put these in whatever order I think is going to be most persuasive to show that this was a good video. So I actually moved them around to what I thought was like more or less important. For my analysis, I said that emotional and physical health of children is a major focus right now. That's why this is important. That's why these details were persuasive. You need to have about 2 logos paragraphs. So if you are having trouble with logos, I recommend that you check the textbook and look for comparisons or analogies or facts or statistics. There were obviously a lot of statistics that I could have used here. For paragraph 2, I focused on ethos and that I liked this video. It was persuasive because they included both genders. So for this one, they talked about the toys for girls and boys. They talked about models, female and male, and then they talked about health concerns for boys and girls. And again, I didn't put these in the order that they showed up in the video. I put them in the order that I thought was going from maybe least important to most important. For the analysis, I said why this was important and how it relates back to ethos. So body image is usually a female issue, but this inclusion of the male gender shows that she is fair and responsible. So it shows how it relates back here. You're going to have 2 ethos, so you can talk about their achievements, their experiences, something like that, but there needs to be a topic, not just experiences or not just background. It needs to be something about their background or something about their experiences. For my paragraph 3, I put that they used shocking comparisons. Now, comparison is usually logos, but I'm focusing on the shock, and so that's pathos. And for all of your pathos paragraphs, the topic should be the emotion that you're feeling. So I would start with shock, and I looked through the video for anything that made me feel shock. So when she was talking about Barbie, she said Barbie would have to walk on her hands and knees because her body would be so out of proportion. That her organs, like her liver and her kidney and all of her internal organs wouldn't even fit in her body because her body would be so small, and that she would probably die because her organs wouldn't be working right, and she couldn't absorb enough nutrients for a body that size. So I just explained in my analysis that, yeah, this is a comparison, but it's so extreme it causes shock in the audience that girls would aspire to this. Now that I've got my 3 topics, I've got logos, ethos, pathos. You are going to have 6 topics. But now I have to decide what order I want to put them in. So I don't necessarily need to keep pathos. I don't need to put them in this order. I need to figure out which one is going to be my strongest example. And I think that I might want to start off with gender inclusive as like an overall umbrella for everything. And then I might want to focus on the emotional part of it. So I'm going to move that up there. And then at the end, I would focus on the health and the facts. So I need to decide for myself what order these need to go in. They don't have to go in the order they appear in the video. And I've noticed that some of you guys are just saying, oh, this is the first thing he talks about, the second thing, and the third thing. Those are not persuasive topics. Those are just things he's talked about. So make sure you're being clear about that. For the conclusion paragraph, this is, again, all just one paragraph. The video was persuasive because it used the 3 things that I talked about. And then the call to action is what I want my audience to do. So I said, talk to the kids you know, make them feel good about their bodies, talk to boys and girls. This is now just a big list of information that I want to put in my essay. And so when I start drafting, I look at this and I write 1 paragraph. And then I can go down here and write my next paragraph. I'm hoping this helps you guys, but I have another piece of information that might help you. I'm going to put chapter 15 up on Blackboard, and it's about organizing and drafting. The part that you probably want to pay attention to, though, is down here, because this is the picture of what an outline looks like. I just put mine in squares and I kind of like move them around. But if you want to do a traditional outline like this, that is totally fine. And it might work a little bit better for you because you can see that they're just using short keywords. And I was noticing a lot of full sentences on your outlines. The topics are really short. Most people didn't have a problem with that. And you can see like that they're going in a logical order. They did some research, they discuss it, and then they have some recommendations. So that might help you think about, you know, putting your ideas in a logical order. Again, this whole chapter is about, that's, I think, almost the end of the chapter. This is the last page. This whole chapter is about outlining. So if you think you need some extra help, this is a good place to go. Okay, this will hopefully help you with your post-draft outline and improving the outline from based on the comments of your partner. Okay, thanks guys.